Hello everyone, Fancy here, you're watching Fantavision, and today we are discussing the leak of the Xbox Series S, the price, and the price of the Series X. So, let's start off with the design, and there it is. I don't like it. I'm just gonna say that right off the bat. It's an all-white console, and the vent is like a black circle and it looks like an old school stereo, and that joke has already been made 1,000 times, and it was announced not too long ago. I don't understand the design decisions on these consoles this generation. I really don't. We got the mini fridge versus the router versus the old boombox. Congratulations. You've all made weird looking things. I liked the original one that I thought was actually the official one, which was the smaller white cube. I liked that a lot. There's like an X box. Holy shit, you make it a box, like a real, like a cuboid box. That'd be sick. But no, they went with basically just the Xbox One S design, but with no disk drive. I mean, that was already confirmed before, but why make it look like this if there's no disk drive? Like, make it more unique. And because it has no disk drive, that's a no from me. I mean, that's not even... People are saying that this is like the 1S compared to the 1X, and I disagree because, again, no disk drive, so the cheaper option is missing both graphical fidelity, the ability to play Xbox One, just the regular Xbox One games, because you can't play the old discs, you have to download them all again, and if you didn't own them digitally, congratulations, you're screwed. I don't see it. If there's a $200 price discrepancy, because that's what the price is for the Series X. The Series X is $500. So if it's $300 to $500, I mean, you're getting a much more powerful console for $200 more with a disc drive. I don't get it. I really don't. There you go. That's the reveal. I mean, I think Microsoft at this point just needs to do the announcement. They just need to they can't get ahead of it. It's a leak and everything's leaked. But with all this information out there, if this is false, because again, the console leaked, which is supposedly true, but the prices are rumors. So the console is being verified, but the prices have not been 100% verified, but everybody is reporting that it is 100% confirmed that these are the prices. I mean, the prices make sense on paper, 300 and 500, and a lot of people are saying, oh, that's a great price, but then in my camp, I'm like, yeah, but I mean, there's no disk drive. And I know, again, there's a lot of people that are digital only people, and that's fine. I like to own the physical discs. I already have a bunch. A lot of people do as well. And I feel like if they had included a disk drive for an extra $50 or whatever it costs to make their disk drive, I think it's like $50, $50, $60. If they made 360, that'd be pretty funny. 360, 500, 350, 500. I think that would have been a good option. And they would have gotten a lot more people. And if they really wanted to do a digital one, make it even cheaper than 300, because then that would really cut into PlayStation's user base, especially with the Game Pass. Now, I will argue that with Game Pass, it does make the all-digital console a little bit more acceptable, because there's so many things on Game Pass, and every Microsoft game that is developed by one of their studios is going right on Game Pass day one. So you could argue it's going to be free digitally anyway. So there's going to be a lot of games I'm going to have digitally. I will as well, because I still have Game Pass from whenever they did that deal forever ago. And that is a great option. It's going to be a great revenue generator for them with having so many people in Game Pass. But at the same time, I mean, you're screwing over a lot of people with a large collection already that might want the cheaper option. And now they just can't. However, on the flip side of the coin, Series X for $500, that's about what we expected. It's not more than we expected, which is good. A lot of people were worried it was going to be $600, and because it is a little bit lower than what people were fearing, everybody was kind of accepting or $500 already, and we'd already come close to that with the last console release. It was close to $500. It's not terrible, especially if it is as powerful as they say. But again, with the Xbox, the problem is games. The exclusives. They're going to all be in PC. I already have a very powerful PC, so for me, there's still no reason to get the Series X, even at that price point, though it is a little bit tempting to get one just for the channel because it is $500, but then I'd have to also get a PS5, which will hopefully also be $500. That's the thing. A lot of people are really happy that the price points are $300 and $500 because they're thinking that that is what PlayStation is going to do as well. That would make sense for PlayStation to match, if not undercut, the prices of Xbox to just guarantee a win in sales. But I don't know what they're going to do. Sony has seemed pretty damn cocky with how well the PlayStation 4 did. And that was the same boat they were in when they were launching the PS3. The PS3, they were coming off the high they were feeling from selling a bajillion PlayStation 2s, and then they made the PlayStation 3 like $600, and nobody wanted to buy it, and then they had to keep coming down in the price to start being competitive because Xbox was killing the market in that generation, and then they kind of evened out near the end, and then PlayStation 4 came out. They didn't want to make that mistake again of having too high of a price. They learned their lesson. It was like $400 at launch, and people were okay with that. If the PlayStation 5 is $400 for the disc version, Microsoft is dead in the water. I mean, that Xbox is not going to be moving units if it is more expensive and has less exclusives than its counterpart. I mean, that's going to be yikes. Big yikes. And even if PlayStation prices their console the same as the Xbox, I think it's still leaning towards PlayStation for where the general public is feeling about the console. A lot of people are still shifted their focus to the PlayStation because of how many exclusives and how many things that are promised within the launch window of PlayStation. Because the Xbox still doesn't really have anything exciting for the launch window. It sounds like Halo's been delayed, so yeah, it's going to be a whole crapshoot to see what happens during launch day. But I mean, at PlayStation, they're supposedly having a lot of production issues. That's why they're doing the stupid registration thing where they look at your PlayStation tag to see if you're even eligible for a pre-order. I mean, it's going to be a nightmare when the PlayStation 5 comes out to even get one, even though I really want to do a video on it when it comes out. And Microsoft has not said anything about that. They have not said anything about limited numbers of consoles or worrying about supply issues. And that's big. The launch window is big. Also, the date is, again, rumored for November 10th. So, I mean, that's like normal launch window for these consoles. So it'll be, again, interesting to see how PlayStation responds to this. So far, we've been poking both companies with a stick, saying, hey, do something. And they've been just laying there, even though their consoles come out in what? 2 months. These consoles come out in 2 months and we don't have a price. When has that ever happened? I just had that sudden realization. 2 months we're getting the PlayStation 5 and Series X and S. And we don't have a confirmed price from either companies. What are they doing? What are they doing? Oh my god. This is the weirdest console launch ever. I know it's going on during a weird time, but still, you think they might have just delayed it back in March when all this stuff happened and went, you know, because of recent events, we're going to delay the launch, but they don't want to do that because of the holiday season. They want as many people buying these things for people for Christmas as possible. Oh my god, what a mess. What a mess. That's just going to be... Anyway, just hitting that realization that none of these companies have done anything, and the release is this close. Let me know what you guys think about the Xbox Series S and the pricing and the date for all these different things. If you think you're going to get the Series S, if you think the prices are fair, all those different things. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people in the comments bitching me out for saying I don't like digital only, whatever. And of course, like the video if you guys liked it, subscribe for more content, and as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys.